Welcome back, crew, to another wet day down here at the boat ramp, and our guy is backing up, but he's heading toward the dock, not down the ramp. So his buddy from the boat is kind of yelling at him like, hey, you're heading toward the dock, dude. You got to straighten it out. And let's see how his buddy handles that one. He's still going the wrong way. He's going to back this thing right into the dock, and there we go. He's going to wind up hitting. Cap wasn't really paying attention at the end, but he's still trying to back up, and they're running it right down the dock. Oh my. Somebody's got to let him know. He's still in reverse. All right, I just heard him say, hold up. So he's letting his buddy know he needs to take a break for a second. But man, welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here at Boynton Beach. And it's been an interesting day. As you can tell, it's a little wet down here, so we've had some rainstorms kind of roll through. But down in South Florida, that doesn't stop anybody. The boat ramp is still busy. So our guys left the boat, heading back up to the truck, probably to let his friend know, like, hey man, you're into the dock on this one. They're gonna have to pull forward. But the truck's still in reverse. So he's walking around, gonna unhook it from the bow, but I don't think you're gonna be able to push this one off where it's sitting. And he's trying to get it out, it looks like. There's no way. You're just pinned against the dock at this point in time, especially with the guide poles on the trailer. So walking back up, telling his buddy to go ahead and pull forward, and finally we're not in reverse. There we go, we got a line right back up. Now let's see if they can back it down straight. So Cap's gonna climb back up into the bow. I'm just surprised he didn't stop his buddy earlier when they were backing the truck down. I mean, he said something, but just let him continue to go to back that right into the dock. And a much better shot this time, and they should float right off. So our crew here is doing the big no-no, which is just hogging up the ramp. Now, fortunately, it is a slow moment right this second, so I'm not going to give them too much of a hard time, but they've been here for almost 4.5 minutes now, getting this thing prepped to go. Instead of doing it over in the other lane, they just did it right on the ramp. And here we go. They're going to go ahead and try and pull this one off now as they're backing down. Is he going to bury the truck, or are they just going to try and take it off the back? So he's not even going to put the truck into the water. Just going to get it closer. And they're taking off their shoes and everything, getting ready to roll. I don't know why they just didn't pull it off from where it was. I mean, if it's light enough that you guys can get it off right here, you definitely could have put it on the ramp and just walked it down. And there we go. The easy way to get it done. And here comes our next crew in on approach. And Cap comes in, starboard side dock. The steering on these boats is so finicky, especially these little Sea-Doos. It is just the slightest movement, and that stern just goes everywhere. As you can see here, and he goes for the grab, winds up missing. Wifey in the front goes for the grab, and he winds up getting a hand from somebody else on the dock, and the Good Samaritan helps get him back over. Go ahead and turn it off. You're on the dock. I don't know why he's still got it going, and he's knocking it all around. At that point in time, once you got your hand on, kill the motor. And there we go. They wind up getting it on. But man, he was all over the place there for a few moments. And our next crew comes in on approach. Cap's lining it up. Coming in slow and easy. And they don't really have any lines or anything ready. So he went starboard. It looks like Wifey might have had him set up for the port side dock instead, so she's going to go ahead and try and switch it up. And he's going to brake check while he's waiting. And what is it? He's leaving the helm, going for the reach, trying to pull it over. That's one heck of a reach there, coming right over the windshield. You got to be careful on that one. Those will break easier than you think sometimes. So he goes for the step off, as Wifey's still trying to get all the lines ready to roll. Always got to be ready when you're coming up to the ramp. I mean, it's not like you didn't know you were coming here. You might not know which side you're going to wind up on until you get to the ramp, though. So if you do get it set, I can understand that one where you might have to flip it over like they're doing now. And then we got our next crew in on approach, another jet boat coming in. But this is a little different than that Sea-Doo we showed earlier, that yellow boat. That one, man, I'll tell you what, if you've never been on one of those, it is one of the wildest boats, especially around the dock to try and control. It's so precise. So when I say that, that would sound easier, but it's not, because every little turn of the steering wheel is overly exaggerated. And here, our crew, you can see it's a lot smoother as they come in. And they're going to get the soft touch and the soft land, which, I don't know, I guess for the jet boats is pretty good, because even these boats, sometimes we see people struggle. But our crew is stepping off on it. But that yellow Sea-Doo, I'll never forget the first time I drove one of those, man. That thing was nuts when I was trying to put it back on the boat lift. Every little quarter-inch turn just overly exaggerated exactly what that boat was doing, and it would swing everywhere as you were trying to line it up. And our next crew coming in toward the dock. And the sun has finally blessed us and decided to come out, even though it's the end of the day now down here at Boynton. So we got fenders out, Cap's coming in slow, got the engine trimmed up a little bit. Let's see how that handles it. As you know, with the engine trimmed up, we lose a little bit of grip with the prop, but he's coming in so slow that it might not matter on this one. Oh, and he goes for the jump. I mean, he got lucky that he had that line let out there. Where I see people mess up all the time on this one when they go for those long jumps like that, is they got the line too short and the line wants to pull them back at the boat and almost puts them in the water. But our guy wound up landing it, but that was one heck of a jump to go ahead and close the day out and get him out of here. And speaking of getting out of here, we're going to get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.